funny.
Right.
So I delete the post. And then I'm like, I'm still mad. Like, I still want this woman to understand because she didn't understand with me stopping her and explaining my kid's special and everything else, that what she was saying was fucked up. So I message her and I say something to the effect of, you should not be allowed within 500 feet of any child or anyone who's vulnerable because you have no empathy or sympathy and you're a fucked up individual. Summation of that. And I saw it and I'm like, no, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. You're going to encounter bullies. You have a special needs kid, you're going to encounter a bully. This is the first one you've encountered in 7 years, but you're going to see him. And you have to deal with it with grace. Like you would do if someone was trying to bully you. So I deleted the message and I just blocked the person. But that being said, all of that being said, I hate her as an individual. I hope she catches crabs and I hope she stubs her toe every time she walks around the corner.
Yeah, she was saying
I'm trying to be the bigger person. That doesn't mean I am.
I'm sure she has stuff to say too. I'm not sure. I don't think it's something we can hash out or anything like that right at the moment.
No, and I'm good. I left the group. I entirely left the Facebook group.
Okay.
I don't know if you know that, but I deleted. I only had like 3 posts in it. I deleted the 3 posts and I left the group entirely.
Damn. You know you shouldn't have to hide from bullies, but I don't know, it's 2026 now. I'm just saying that, like, I have friends with autism. I may have autism. I gotta get tested for it, but they're able to joke around about it, only because of groups like Dark Humor and everything like that. But the way the story you're telling me, how she was taking care of people that had disabilities and kind of mocking them, I mean, I don't know what everybody's going through. Can't speak for everybody. Maybe in her family, she may have a couple people with disabilities, and everybody was raised different.
Have you ever actually gamed with her?
This was the first time. Tonight was the first night. That's why I needed to see both sides, because I'm admin and I don't sit there and take sides. I don't do conflicts. We either hash it out or you don't need to talk at all. There has to be no drama,
See, I have things that I will let roll off my shoulder. 100%, all day, every day. I've heard Pauline game. I've gamed with her before. I've gamed with her plenty of times. And there's things that I don't agree with, like how she talks to her kids. She'll be in game and she'll be like, I'm about to show my pussy on fucking whatever so I can get some money. And I will hear her child walk in and go, you're about to fucking do that, Mom. Don't you fucking do that. And I'll hear her turn around and go, shut the fuck up. You don't fucking know anything. And that's her child. That's how she talks to her child. That's how she parents. That has nothing to do with my life. Her children are never going to meet my children. My children are never going to be her children. It does not matter.
Right.
So I let it the fuck go, even though I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the way she talks to her children and around her children. And I don't agree with the way her children talk to her. It's not my fucking problem. But she repeatedly chose to tell a story about her mocking the way a group of special needs people flap their hands and make strange noises.
I'm just wondering, have you... I was just wondering, some people that do have disabilities, have you ever been able to meet somebody that was able to joke around about their own disability, just so they could feel normal? I was just wondering.
100%. I'm in a deaf support group for parents of deaf children. I'm also in a deaf support group of people who are deaf, and I love being in both. Because I'll go to my deaf support group of parents of deaf kids, and they're, oh my God, what kind of life are they going to live? And I get sad. I get so fucking sad. I'm like, what kind of life is she going to? She can't fucking hear. And then I jump to my deaf support group of people who are deaf, and they're like, yeah, so my mom today was trying to talk about whether or not I'm going to have kids, and I just completely ignored her. She didn't even realize I could hear her. And I'm like, good God. And it makes me laugh, and I like the balance.
Oof.
It really does crack me out.
Yeah, but I've come across hundreds and hundreds of people. I mean, hearing how they talk to the kids, everybody's different. I mean, some people call
Mm.
their kids the R word, demon spawns, crotch goblins, fucking I don't know. I can't think of anything else. They give them all these random names, but I don't know. I guess this wasn't something that could be amended or anything like that. I'm not asking you to amend it or anything like that.
Mhm.
I guess I had to
I
figure out
just,
both sides. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm golden with most things. You can come at me with most things.
Hmm.
The only time I draw a line is with my girls, especially Riley, because she's special. She can't tell you off herself, so I will on her behalf. That's a sore line for me because Riley
Hmm.
was born with. I don't expect you to know any of these words. Don't feel bad if you don't know them. Riley was born with congenital cytomegalovirus, which is a common communicable virus, very common, mostly spread between toddlers because it's spread through urine and saliva. Toddlers eat off of everybody's plate, they eat off the floor, they don't wash their hands. And I contracted it while I was pregnant and gave it to Riley. It caused CMV hepatitis and CMV thrombocytopenia, which basically means if your blood's supposed to be like honey,
Hmm.
as thick as honey, hers was as thick as water. So she was bleeding out internally at birth. Your platelet count's supposed to be between 150 and 300, that's in the thousands. Hers was at 24. She was bleeding to death at birth. And I begged the heavens above to let me take her home. And she made it home. She had 16 platelet transplants and a plasma transfusion. And I had to go through a class just to bring her home. And I had to have a doctor sign off that she needs institutionalized level care that I can provide at home. But she made it home. So I care an immense amount about that child's safety and well being. And I have been more than prepared to fight somebody about that child. But in my experience, the vast majority of people have been positive, believe it or not. She had
That's
a
fair.
hearing aid since she was 3 months old. I'd go to the store, especially during COVID. I'd go to the store with her hearing aid in her ear at 3 months old, and people would stop me constantly. And I love a good joke. So people would stop me and they'd say something like, "Oh my God, is she deaf?" And I go, "No, she's undercover." And I'd wheel her away as quickly as I could.
That's fair. That's fair.
Or they go, "Oh my God, is she deaf?" And I go, "Deaf? I can't hear you. What'd you say?" And I'd fuck with people. And it gave me an immense amount of joy. And she has my sense of humor too, because she'll do it too. Um, while she chooses not to talk, she can if she wants to, and she does every now and then. While she chooses not to talk, and I don't falter on it, she doesn't want to talk, don't talk. You have other methods. Every now and then she speaks, and it's always at the perfect moment, and I freaking love it. It's always like I'm in the middle of being roasted, and it's a good joke, and she laughs and goes, "Uh-huh, yeah," and I'm like, "Really, kid? Really?" But it's chef's kiss perfect. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You got me. You got me on my kids, and I talk too much.
Yeah, I'm just hearing you out. I'm trying to get a feel for everything. I gamed with her and her friends. I was gonna game with you and your friends, and not sitting here trying to be best friends, or I mean, not trying to not be best friends, but I'm just trying to sit here and hear what's going on. Only because it seems like you both are upset in your own ways. I mean, her
Yeah.
family was brought up, and you. I don't
I
know
left
if
the
she was
group. She
aiming it
should
at
be
your family.
fine.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that are giving her heat and harassing her about it, though.
Hmm.
But, but you did leave.
Do
So I
you need
mean,
me to rejoin the group and post a post about please leave her alone?
no, no. I mean, no, no,
And
no.
I understand that I overreacted, and while sometimes people say things that you do not like, that's okay. Not everyone's going to say something that you like.
Did she
Basically,
ever
do you
aim it
want me to
towards?
rejoin the group and minimize, no offense whatsoever, but minimize my emotions to resolve conflict. I'm very good at that.
It's more like I just was trying to figure out, like, did she aim it at your kids or anything like that? Did she aim it at you when she was joking around about, or when she was mocking them or whatever she was doing at work?
No, sir.
No?
100% no.
No? Okay.
It was a story of her and her sister visiting their 88-year-old grandmother and seeing people who were disabled and making jokes and mocking and imitating their behaviors. It was not aimed at my child. She did not know my child. And in fact, I don't even think she knew my child was disabled until I tried to stop her from talking and explain that my kid was. Yeah.
I guess that's where it comes in, where I've come across hundreds of different situations and scenarios and people and from all over the world and how they talk to each other. And you can't control everybody's mouth. I know it fucking crawls underneath your skin when they talk about it, but I don't like the R slur word, but I am it. I'm not going to be Stephen Hawking. I'm not going to be smart. I'm not going to be the best looking guy.
And see, there's a lot of things I can tolerate, depending on the wording of it. Like, I don't mind a lot of stuff. Like, I've got cousins who are born with cerebral palsy, and they're not blood cousins. I don't have to worry about cerebral palsy in my family as far as genetics go. But whenever I call Riley disabled, they're offended. They're super offended.
Why?
And I get that everybody's a little bit different whenever it comes to that, and I'm usually pretty fucking good. It was just the fact that I repeatedly said, no, stop, please change the subject, please stop talking, please stop. And she kept going. That pissed me all the way off. Especially after I said, can you hear my mic? And she goes, yeah. And I go, my kid's disabled. She's special. She flaps her hands. She makes weird noises. She's loud. Stop. And she went, oh, okay. And then continued the story. Like I said, nothing. That's where she got me. I wasn't mentally prepared for that.
That's fair. I mean, I guess that's where the dark humor comes in, and some people that have thicker skins don't really think before they say, but they just don't give a fuck.
We make it too. I mean, every now and then someone will say something like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and I'll look at them and go, oh, did you do this? Or like someone will be like, oh my god, it must be so difficult, and I'll be like, nah, I can vacuum my whole fucking house and that kid doesn't wake up.
Oh shit.
So, like, I get it. Every now and then I make jokes too. I love to make jokes. It was just the story that she was telling and how she was telling it. It sounded a lot like, so I walked into this nursing home and I saw these people over in the corner and they were flapping their hands and making weird noises. So I pointed at them and started laughing, and my sister started laughing too, and I started imitating them. That was basically the story she told. And we had a great laugh because they're so fucking stupid.
I guess, like the other guy, the Blink guy, was wondering because when you made the post about her grandma or something like that, they thought you were having some sort of inside joke, so they thought you were getting along, but I guess it was really kind of like jabs taken at each other.
No. The post made that said, this is my face, that one, with an actual picture of me. It was just because I was talking to her. This is before anything happened. I was talking to her online, and I told her that she was complaining about people in the group, saying that she had a lot of plastic surgery, and she uses a lot of filters, and she was very offended by it. And I told her she looks really pretty. And she asked me how I knew what she looked like. And I said, I think I'm in the same group as you. Your name's Pauline. The person who posted is Pauline, and the person in the post had also complained about people saying that she filtered her photos or had plastic surgery done. So I assume it's Pauline. And we do a couple of jokes back and forth, and I go, oh no, it's because I'm in your bushes. And I go, okay, full stop. If it'll make you feel better, I'll post a post with my face. right now.
Mhm.
So I posted it while I was talking to her, and she also had the app open with the group open. And that's the only reason I did that. But I just loved the comments that popped up after it, especially the one-liners and the really good jokes.
Mhm.
So I just kept it going for a good minute.
No, you're okay. I just um, I guess he didn't know if you guys were joking or not, the Blink guy. So I was just, I mean, he seems like a good guy, and he's just kind of caught in the mix of the crossfires.
Blink he seems great. I think it was Oceans that was with us too. Blink and Oceans, they seem like great guys, and I'm not trying to start a fight with them. It was just that her story was a bit insensitive, and too insensitive for me given my personal situation. And I understand everyone's situation is different. That's why I just left the group.
That's fair. That's fair. Just walked away. It
Mhm.
seems like everybody's
If I
trying.
leave, no problem.
Seems like everybody just wanted to say what was on their mind, but even if you did make a post, I don't think it would make it any better. They're still gonna give her shit, but I just, I don't want her sending anybody over here or anything like that. So I'm gonna be the middleman, the mediator, whatever you want to call it.
I
And
thought all
say,
my posts were deleted. I thought I deleted them before I left the group.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they are once you leave the group, but I'm not sure. I mean, some people
I
send
made sure to
screenshots.
delete them individually before I left the group. I only had like 4 posts. Wasn't that many.
No,
Pretty
yeah.
easy.
I guess some people took screenshots or something like that. That's what I was like. Is there people bothering you and stuff like that? Because I mean,
No, it wasn't up that long, but there are a lot of people that have problems with Pauline individually. What I gather, this is my assessment of Pauline, nobody else's. She comes off a little bit insecure and needing validation from outside sources to feel secure in herself. So she's a little bit grandiose and she grandstands a bit, which is okay. That's great. So long as you see your therapist afterwards, you're great. It's good. But what that does is it makes a lot of enemies. It really does. And from a woman's perspective, if you have a problem with other women and you're standoffish or you're a pick-me, other women do not like you. And that creates problems. And I'm sure it has created problems for her. I know it has, because there's another member of your same group in your Facebook groups who's a very big contributor, and she's friends with Pauline, or she was. But they had a falling out on the same night that I had a falling out with her. Not over the same issue. Her falling out.
I heard the name.
What
was the name? Fuck, what was her name? I just heard it today. They mentioned it.
Not Toxic Mistake. She goes, her and her kids all go by renditions of the same gamer tag, but it's got toxic in the name.
Yeah. Damn, I can't even remember the name.
Well, she's a family member of mine, and she's the reason I play Fortnite. But it was for a completely different, unrelated reason on the same evening. Roxaru joined their group, and she was playing with the other 2 men that were playing in the group, and the men were paying her too much attention for Pauline's taste. And as I've said before, if you're insecure, you need the attention of everyone in the room to feel complete. And apparently, I was not there. I was already gone for my own personal reasons. But apparently, Miss Pauline took offense at the amount of attention that she was getting. And she started to be a little bit too rude, too toxic, and Toxic went off on her before she even knew about what happened between me and her. And I let her know about what happened between me, not knowing what happened between them, And I said, hey, basically this. I'll play with you. I'm cool with gaming with you, but that one, I'm done. That one I'm not gaming with. I can't. And she said, I understand. We had a falling out last night. And I go, what happened with you? And she explained basically to the extent of they were in a 4-party team and the 2 males were giving her more attention than they were giving the other female. And Pauline got offended and started being mean.
She has a loud personality. She likes to talk. I mean, I've met a few yappers here and there, but
I like to talk. I talk a lot.
that's okay. I don't talk much unless I'm stoned or something like that.
I don't talk at all if I am.
It's just more like that was the first time I had played with them. I guess I don't even know what my work was here doing, what my point was doing here. I guess I just wanted to hear both sides of the story. I didn't want to have her or some friends come in cussing at you. I didn't want you cussing back or calling each other names and stuff like that. Yeah, but it's more like that's just a waste of energy. There's got to be a better way to take this out. Nobody's gonna apologize. Nobody wants to fix it. Nobody wants to be friends. So it's best just.
I've handled a bully in my life. I'm old enough to know what a bully looks like. She's a bully. She's insecure, and she's insecure in her late 30s. She ought to know better. Figure out how to love yourself before you demand love from other people. That's fine. She can deal with that herself. I can measure that. I'm cool with that. Where I draw the line is we don't bully special needs people. We don't bully people who can't even speak up for themselves. You might as well tell me that you kicked your kid in the face. I'm going to hate you all the same.
That's fair.
And I know that about myself, so I removed myself.
That's fair. I guess
because there's not no way I'm going to be okay with her. She's mean-spirited.
I'm sure you guys have mutual friends, though, that are going to be trying to start shit.
Mm-hmm.
And,
no, sir. Other than Roxaroo, who Pauline loves to death, we don't know anybody who's mutual. Tonight, whenever I was gaming, Pauline and Blink tried to jump in. I have no idea why. I didn't realize that Blink was still on my friends list. But Pauline and Blink tried to jump in, and all I did was I chimed in, hey, so... I've already briefly explained Pauline and why we don't get along. I'm going to sit this one out, and I'm going to take my special needs kid to school. So, bye. And I left.
That's fair. What did Blink do, though? Was he like, did he say anything to you, too?
Blink didn't do nothing. Neither did Oceans. They didn't say anything at all. In fact, all they did was awkwardly chuckle while she told her story. And I assume in large part is due to the fact that someone else is telling you something. So how do you react? With pure, unadulterated fury? Even I restrained myself on that one. You just listen to what they have to say, you awkwardly laugh, and you nod your head. I understand. A lot of people do that.
I guess I was holding back tonight when I played with her. I mean, they were saying stuff that could have bothered me or so many sensitive people, but there's nothing that you can say to me that would bother me now.
I put in summation her very lovely story. Am I pissed the fuck off? Yes. But I also understand that the angrier I get, it's not going to do nothing. I'm not going to change her. Doesn't matter how angry I get.
I know, but one's character is really only known when they're alone and not around people. What they do on their own time. I mean, for all I know, she could be taking a house full of people who have disabilities and stuff like that.
Fair.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know what prompts people to joke around about it. Maybe there was some context that was missed out or something like that. But
Maybe she
um,
didn't deliver the story the way she meant to deliver it.
right? No, you're right. You're right. I just
Roxaru did ask her about the story whenever it came to me, and explained. I'm not sure what she said precisely or verbatim, but she explained that I was angry and why I was angry. And Pauline just let her know it's a misunderstanding, that I overreacted. And maybe I did, because messaging someone and telling them they shouldn't be within 500 foot of a child or a vulnerable person,
Hmm.
maybe I did. But
I don't know.
she could also just not see the story she told as bad as I see it. Because lens, in my personal lens, I have a special needs child. I'll bare knuckle box you for. She does not have that same situation. So for her, it might not be that serious. That's fine.
I can't speak on her
Just
behalf. I mean,
exactly. I can't speak on her behalf. So it's fine. Just don't fucking talk to me ever because I want you to die.
that's why
And I
I'm
will
thinking
not
she
save
wants
you
to
in the
tell you
zombie
off too, but
apocalypse.
there's no point of that shit. But I guess block her on everything, and I'll have her block you on everything. And if
Mm-hmm.
anybody asks you any questions about this going further on, just be like, yeah, well, it's done, it's the past, it's over with. Girls are not going to get along. A lot of girls are
Mm-hmm.
not going to get along. I
The
play with
general
most.
story I tell is that we don't get along.
Mm,
If people ask for further details, I may tell them. She told a story about some special needs people and how hilarious she found it, and I didn't find it hilarious. And that usually stops people. That one right there,
mm,
because they get it
yeah.
just from that story. She found it funny that someone was doing something different. I did not. And they usually leave that the hell alone. I don't think I've had one person ask for elaboration. But she
Where are you
was
from,
talking about
Squirrel?
pounding her fist on her shoulder and biting at her ear.
That's fair. She made a
And
couple
all I could think
noises.
about is the fact that I could drag that bitch if I wanted to. I know how to fucking fight. And I shouldn't. Not that I shouldn't fight. I grew up in Waterboro. I used to fight people behind the ghetto BP. But I shouldn't let it bother me.
Hmm.
And I know that.
Even if you were to, there's a bunch of other people that are gonna joke that way. I know a couple people, one from Kentucky and one from I don't know, Canada, Alaska, and they got kids that have autism too. But they kind of talk to them not the same way, but they'll like a mother voice, like a mother bear type of voice, and they like when they get irritated, they will crash the fuck out, and they go off and they go smoke their weed or do whatever they gotta do, take a drink or something like that. They come back and they're all happy dappy. Um,
See, I don't
mhm,
even have to do that with Riley. Generally,
mm.
she's easier than her sister. Her sister is, Mommy, I want a pony. I want a gaming laptop. I want my own home office. And Teensy is like, I want tortillas, Cocomelon, and for you to leave me the fuck alone. And I'm like,
That's fair.
done.
That's fair. Um,
That is so much cheaper.
all I can say is I'm sorry, but
Yeah, it's fine.
well, yeah, but a lot of people.
I'm already not angry.
But if anybody else tries
If
to
you need
ask
me
you
to
about
post
it,
something
just
to
try
make
to.
other people not angry, I will.
No. It's more like if anybody else asks, just try not to forget about it and
Rage
put it
bait.
behind you. And I don't know. I mean, if the post was to even say, I made a post in here, and nah, I don't even know what it would say. But she's fired up. You're fired up. Um,
Oh, actually, I'm pretty chill.
but you had words to say tonight and making a post, and it got under your skin. Um,